Welcome to Classic Car Cave. So this is a video on the track Mini, the Golf livery Mini. I had the guys that came with me, Lewis and Victor, and a friend from up the road, Heinz. He has a property with a caravan on it up the road here. They came with me, so they helped me on Sunday to load the car up. We put the Mini moke on and all the tyres and everything. We went on Tuesday to SP Racing. PS Racing, sorry, I should say, and yeah, within the first run round, it's a very small circuit. It's mainly for drift cars and go-karting. Within one shot round it, we could see there was something wrong. So when Lewis took the first turn, and when he came back, I tried a plug in it because it was misfiring. Well, it seemed like it was misfiring. I put a plug in it and unearthed it against the head, and it was sparking. The spark was massive, so I knew it wasn't that. So the only thing I thought must be something wrong, a valve clearance, whatever. So I took the rocker cover off, and right enough, the adjuster had come out, and it was sitting on the top of the cylinder head, and there was some bits of swarf, aluminium swarf there. So obviously, it had just about gone at that point, because if it had been, you know, if it had been days before or whatever, because I'd put new plugs in it, and when I'd cleaned out the cylinders and everything, it ran fine. So somehow it must have just started to undo itself, and anyway. But you'll see in the video what the situation is now. Luckily, Paul, who built the engine, Paul Jeffries, JPE, who built the engine for me, he contacted MED, and it doesn't matter whether you buy them from MED or you buy them from Mini Spares or Mini Sport or whoever. I think it's the same situation. Unfortunately, they don't carry spares, so now that the rocker arm is damaged, I can't use it. But fortunately, another guy there, Stephen, put us onto a friend of his that does racing, and he has a spare one on the shaft and everything. So, and it's a reasonably good price. So it's about a third of what they normally cost. They're £265 from MED. I don't know what they cost from anywhere else. Anyway, but the fact that these people can't actually carry spares is bloody annoying. But anyway, it is what it is. So. Yeah, I hope you get something out of the video, and yeah, there's still a lot to look at why it failed, but the chances are we'll probably never find out for sure. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video. So, unfortunately, the track day didn't go very well. Got everything put on the trailer on Sunday, got everything arranged, put this on, tools and what have you. Got to the track. The car wasn't running really well. It looked like it was running on 3 cylinders, but I thought it was a plug issue. We had a couple of runs round and it really was rough, and I checked the plug. I put another plug in and checked it against the head to earth it, and it was sparking away fine, but we were wet through. And basically, when I took the rocker off at the circuit to have a look, you can see that on that shaft there, this is their 1.3 roller rockers here, and you can see the valve is obviously is okay, as it doesn't seem to be stuck, but so you can see inside them. Hopefully you can see inside. But if you can just see that little bit of swarf in there, and what's happened there's the adjuster, and it seems to have come out. It was actually lying on the head when I took off it was lying here when I took it off. So I'm just going to investigate, and I'll let you know what the story is, but basically ruined the day. So unfortunately, I don't have any multi-hex sockets or multi-shoulder sockets, which I'm going to have to buy now, because obviously I need to better strip these down, or I need to be able to torque it back up. So I've got multi-point spanners, so what I'll do is I'll put them on, and I have to use a little technique to open them. So it's not turning the whole bolt, which is good. So that's one. Obviously I can't torque them back up like this, so when I get the rocker shaft sent over from the UK, I'll get the correct sockets. So I need 7/16 and 3/8 for the shaft, for the rocker shaft. So alright, so I'll take these off and I'll come off when I'm going to lift the rocker shaft off. Got everything off, just need to lift this shaft off now. There we go. And you can instantly see the damage underneath there. Hopefully you can see it. You see the damage. I'll let it focus up a bit. Where the push rod's been hitting it. Here. It's been scooping around inside and it's damaged the thread. But looking at it, actually it looks like some of the threads come apart in the aluminium at the top. Almost like it's been stripped. Anyway, they're out. Fortunately I found a second-hand set in the UK, because the problem with these is that, as you can see, the ones nearest the radiator are left-handed. Sorry, I've got it on the wrong way around now, haven't I? Where am I? Let me just get myself sorted out. Yeah, sorry. So the ones nearest the radiator are, sorry, it's not showing very well. You can see that they're biased to the left, they're biased to the right. Again, they're to the left, and these ones are to the right. So the outside ones are to the right, and the inside ones are to the left. So, because of the valve distances, and I suppose. Sorry, it's very hard for me to look in the camera for you to see it, but I'll show this in greater detail. I can set it up on a white background to show you. Anyway, I'll bring it back when I've got it set up somewhere. That's the rocker shaft off. I've checked every one of these and they're all tight, and in fact they're tight when you're adjusting them, because you've got an Allen key in here, and then there's like a nut, like they're almost like ARP nuts, I'm not sure. I did actually reset these. I reset them to 20 thou because Paul said he had a friend that has a race engine the same, and that's what he set them to, and he found that was a really good position to be in. And I know they were all tight, and the rest are still tight, so I don't understand it. I mean, it could be a combination of it backed out. I just don't know. But the problem is looking inside there is still some thread inside. The bottom you can't, even though the bottom's gone, I think that's where the push rod's been in. I'll turn it over and show you in a second. But even the top threads, but I guess if it got to a certain point where the adjuster was out so far, it would have battered the aluminium out. So, and of course, if I turn it over now, you can get a better look. Hang on, there's that. Try and stay out of the light. You can see how badly battered it is. So you can't even get that adjuster through there. You could clean the swarf out, but it's not going to set on the thread. Now the downside with this is these are from MED, but you can buy them from Mini Spares, or there's loads of places. The problem is you can't buy them individually. So if you have one of these go, you're buggered. You've got to spend, these from MED for instance are £265, and you've got to buy the whole shaft, which I think is absolute bollocks. This kind of stuff really pisses me off. I do intend to call them and say to them, look, this is really, regardless of whether it's manufacturing or it's come loose or whatever, whoever's fault it is, you should at least be able to buy them individually. Because like I say, unfortunately, you can see there that as I said, the bias to one side to obviously fit in line with the valve tray or where the valves are positioned. I mean, you think they could keep one or two left or right-handed ones. I mean, geez, how difficult would that be? Anyway, I'll sort that out and I'll let you know what the story is in the future. But luckily, Paul Jeffries that built the engine for me took to a guy called Stephen Colburn, and he has a friend who races minis, and he has a complete set. It's been on a car, but it's second hand, and it's a third of the price. So I'm just going to have to buy them. The upside of it will be at least I'll have some spares, because the 1.3 roller rockers the same, and I'll have some spares then to play with. But one thing I will do every time now, before I go out, I'll take this. It means going through rocker cover gaskets like there's no tomorrow, but that's the way it's going to have to be. Yeah, I'll get half a dozen or whatever, and keep getting. Just have to replace it if they leak. But yeah, this is the problem. As I say, whether it's backed off and then it screwed itself out, or it's been weak, I don't know. But I'm very annoyed that you can't buy those as an individual piece, because there's nothing wrong with the rest of the shaft. But it is what it is. That's the way the world works these days. But on that note, on that rant, I'll try and as usual, though, guys, as I say, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and yeah, these things are sent to try us, and you know, it is what it is. But take care, everybody. Bye for now.